Hello, what's been going on with you, in you, and around you? I'm excited that you're listening to this particular episode of the Talk with Vanessa in partnership with Bella Ninja. It's been a long time since I did this, or a couple of weeks. It's not easy finding the serenity to a video. I mean, how hard can that be when the kids are around? All the banging of doors, shouting, screaming. So, my people, make una not vex. Now, so I see myself. Anyways, I've made up my mind that today, I'm sure going to video, whether they like it or yes. So, let me go straight into the matter before it gets really rowdy. I came across a study that was done in the US on divorce rate, and I discovered that the rate is as high as 50% for first marriages. Whilst we don't in Nigeria I don't think we have a system that enables us to collect this data. I feel like from my experience and what I've been able to gather from courthouses, we are mirroring what is happening in the US. Maybe not as high, but I mean also severe. And as I dug deeper, I found out there were very particular reasons why the rate of divorce is getting more alarming by the day in this country. But one thing I'm going to talk on them, but I want to particularly say this. Divorce is not a respecter of person or religion. So when you come up with that wish list of I'm looking for a God-fearing spouse, what does that even mean? I mean, even the devil fears God. Newsflash. Yes, I'm sorry to be the one to break that to you. You're better off with a partner whose heart is after God. You're likely to be safer with that kind of person. But then again, being spiritual, it's not enough. Prayer is not enough. As a matter of fact, one of the things or the many reasons why people are going for divorce in this country we've discovered is one, lack of preparedness. A lot of people just feel like, oh, I'm beautiful enough. I see someone who is coming from my hand, and then boom, we're getting married. Or the guy goes, oh, well, I'm doing well now. I have a good job. I've been able to build a house, father's compound, and all of that. So I'm ready to get married. Or maybe I'm 30, and because I'm 30, my time is running out. I need to get married. Well, all of these things are certainly no good reason to be getting married. You may be rich enough to get married, you may be beautiful enough to get married, but you may not have the maturity that it requires to stay married. So when we talk about lack of preparedness, I'm going to give you a breakdown of three or four things that top the list of the reason why people go into divorce. And I encourage you to listen through this video because you might get an information that will help you in your decision-making process just before you say, I do. Now, on the top of the list of the reason why people go through divorce in this country is the lack of preparedness. I'm going to talk on that. That's where I'm going to really stay on. But let me just list out the reason for divorce in this country. You have the lack of preparedness, too much secrecy, infidelity, infertility, poor communication, amongst other things. But today I want to talk about the lack of preparedness. Now, you see, there's a science to marriage. There's a science to everything. And it would be of good for you to be able to acquire this knowledge, just like you go to school and you want to study medicine, you want to study whatever course you choose to study. It is important for you to take out time to invest in the knowledge of knowing how marriage is. That is what if marriage is something that you intend to do. Okay, let me put it this way. Think of marriage like a corporation, like an entity, because it is. You want a partner who is on the same page with you, who shares your vision with you, or has been able to buy into the idea of you. It is crucially important because marriage is all about building, and you need someone who is thinking on the same frequency as you, not someone who it feels as if you're going on two opposite directions. That can really be frustrating in a marriage. You see, it is a lot easier to get into marriage than it is to get out of marriage. Just like an entity, when you are choosing to divorce your partner, the truth is you're not just divorcing the person who offended you. There are stakeholders in your marriage: your children, if you have one, your in-laws, and even some of your friends and network, your business, some of your business partners are stakeholders in your marriage. Oh, you didn't know that? I tell you, you have stakeholders in your marriage, even the society. Your divorce, what is it going to do? Who are you going to become when you decide that this journey that you entered for better for worse, that you were hoping that it was going to be till death do you part is now something that 2 years down the line you don't want to do anymore. What does that what does that do to you, an individual? The society has a stake in it. So just before you say you jump into that, understand that you may be going in as an individual, which some people think, but that's not the truth. Because when you say I do, you're dragging your family into that doing, you're dragging your friends into that doing, people who come to witness your wedding, they are part of your stakeholders. I mean, I know there was a client who came and said she didn't want to do anymore, and the guy was like, okay, fine. If you want a divorce, it's very okay. All I just want you to do is to replicate our wedding. Invite every single person that came for that wedding and let them be there when you say you're done with this marriage. And I'm like, that's an interesting angle, but story for another day. I encourage you, I'm going to be doing a training that I've tagged the Science of Marriage 101. This is a training that you want to take advantage of. It will revolutionize your life. It will change your life forever. It is a program that I'm inviting intending couples, especially those who are already in very serious relationships, see it as a premarital course that you will go through. And for singles, come and witness what it's like to be able to get to that point where you are now saying, I want to do. So if you are an intending couple or you're a single person, I encourage you to take advantage of this training that I'm going to be doing come the 29th of May 2019. The details on how to sign up for this training is on my social media platform. Do take advantage of that. Follow me on social media so that you're updated when that training comes on board. I promise you, it's a training that you will remember for the rest of your life. Until I come your way next week, I'm still your favorite lady. Keep loving, keep living, keep enjoying. Hasta la vista.